Hey guys, Jesse here, and today I'll be taking a look at the HG Kimaris, which is a mobile suit design that I really didn't like until I built this kit, which seems to happen with any mobile suit really. It's either I really like the suit, then I build it and I love it even more, or I hate the suit, I build it, and I end up liking it. This one was a design that I just couldn't get along with when I first saw it. Then I saw it in the anime, and then I still didn't like it. But now, having built it, I'm actually quite fond of the design. I think it just has to do with the fact that once you build a model of a Gundam, you get to see all the angles and details that you wouldn't have gotten to see, or you wouldn't have gotten to see in the anime because they just show you, of course, what you'd see in any of the scenes. So after building this guy, it's just having him as a whole and just all put together. He just kind of really comes together as a mobile suit design, and the proportions on this guy are something that I enjoy more than what I saw on the 100 scale, or 1 to 100 scale. But anyways, let's take a look at him. So the one thing I really like about this guy is just how small the head is compared to the rest of the body, or to the rest of the mobile suit. It just kind of makes him look really big and beefy and bulky, and at the same time intimidating. I'm still not 100% pleased with the head design, so to say. It still just kind of looks like a giant onion, but having it in hand and seeing all the details, I can see where it looks more like a sort of like a knight's helmet or something. But still, it's a little weird if you ask me. But there are just a bunch of panel lines on this thing, and it looks great once you have it all panel lined up. One thing I really hate about the model kit is seam line going all the way across the side of the head. Why, Bandai? Why do you do this to us? Just have them connect this way. Any case, that one's not particularly difficult to fix, but as you can see, I wasn't able to get rid of it completely. Anyways, here in the face looks really good. That V-fin part is separate. I painted that lavender or purple. They do come with a sticker that's the color of this purple, but I thought maybe having that lavender would break it up a little bit better. That's an eye sticker in there. As you can see in that camera, there's a yellow sticker back there. And in the back, that's a yellow sticker. That's a purple piece, which is really nice. Glad they didn't give a sticker to wrap around it, which would have been horrible. Head has really good articulation, which is something to mention on this kit. Can kind of do the sassy side to side, which is really nice. These sort of teal mint colored pieces aren't pieces, they're stickers, but they go onto flat surfaces and they're on the back, so they stick really well. So I'm not gonna complain about those. The torso, I'm not gonna go over too many articulations since it's sort of standard Iron Blood Orphan stuff, but still really good. Painted the pistons in there. I repainted the thrusters to sort of a gunmetal. They're usually this sort of lavender color. Same thing back here, repainted those to gunmetal. As you can see, there's just lots of panel lines. They all look really good. Really nice butt plate. This thing comes off, but I can't get it out after putting it in. And that holds the combat knife, which is nice. These two purple accents are stickers, but again, they go on a flat surface, so they're not bad. As you can see, I painted in some more details. Shoulders here are nothing special. These winglets, or whatever you want to call these, do articulate. The top of the shoulders are supposed to open up, and then you can like poke out a little tiny shuriken in there, but I've sort of glued them down because I was fixing the seam line that runs from here across the top and onto the other shoulder. As you can see, the shoulders don't go together 100% well, so I wasn't able to fix those seam lines. I was able to fix this one on top. It Looks, I mean, it's visible on camera, but to the naked eye you can't see it. Same with here. As you can see on the shoulders, they were just a little too difficult to fix for some reason. I don't know why my shoulders didn't go together. In any case, here on the arm, there's a seam line that goes up here, and of course on the other side, but that one's easy to fix. Hands are really good. You get a good bend out of the arms. Yeah, the sort of theme of this kit is a seam line hell. There are quite a few seam lines, and they're all pretty easy to fix, but it's still annoying. Of course, you can separate the skirt armor. On the side of the thigh, seam line, and on the inside, of course, on both thigh pieces. On the legs, really nice legs. I like how big and bulky they are, but not without being too bulky that they sort of throw off the kit. There's black stickers in these thrusters, which I decided to use because, again, it's a flat surface and it's indented. So when it comes to places that I prefer stickers, I mean, I don't prefer stickers at all, but that's the best kind of stickers, just flat and inserted somewhere. But on these legs, there's a seam line that runs all like here and all the way up. So that's not great, and that one is actually quite difficult because it goes in, like, it's inset into here. And as you can see, some of the cement that I used to seal it together made my panel lines run a little bit, but it's no big deal. Feet are hampered by the armor here, but they're still really good. They're the same frame as the Barbatos and Rebake and stuff, so they get a good ankle rock, even though you're not really going to get it with this. But of course, the Kimaris has this sort of flight mode, and you have two thruster bells in here, which again I've repainted. And then you can bend the foot down, and then of course you can get them on an action base, and then he can swoosh around like that. And now you have a little more mobility in the ankles. Again, I painted those pipes and stuff bronze. So, and those close up nicely, and they're easy to open, and yeah, quite like that look for the Kimaris. This is fixed. So yeah, and that's the Gundam Kimaris. And again, he looks really good standing on the ground, and he looks really good in the air as well once you get him on an action base. So let's go through his accessories. So let's start with the least exciting one, which, maybe for some it's exciting. The combat knife. It's not painted this way. I painted this myself. It comes in the same color as the lance, which is sort of this dark purplish blue. But of course it's repainted here. In any case, it folds open. Mine's a little stiff because I painted it, but that's good because I tested it out just on its bare plastic, and it is loosey-goosey. You fold this just like once or twice and it'll come apart. Even now it's coming apart because it's just two pieces. It's this, and then the swivel here. And of course you can store it via that little notch on the back, and it sort of clicks and it fits really well. So there's that, and of course he can wield it, no problem. Just drop it into the hand. Okay, sorry about that. I guess the paint on it made it just a little bit thicker, but there you go. And it looks good with it, holds it well. It is actually quite a nice look for the Kimaris with that combat knife. And of course, the big mamma jamma, the thing that kind of defines the Kimaris, is this big ass lance. And there's that blue I was talking about that the combat knife originally came in. I painted the little like Vulcans or machine guns or whatever this had, but yeah, this is really nice. Those are pieces there, really glad those are pieces. I know if this kit came out like 2 years ago, those would just be big purple stickers, but fortunately they're pieces. There's a seam line. See if I can get it to focus. Anyways, there's a seam line that runs around the handle It's not that big a deal. But there's a seam line that runs along here and stops somewhere in the midsection of the lance. I've fixed the seam line so I can't find it, but it does not run to the end, to the tip of the lance. So that's really nice, because fixing a seam line that runs to the tip would be annoying. So it kind of runs like this, stops here, and then runs across here. But that's really easy to fix. It's a nice flat surface. Just be careful not to sand so much that you resculpt this by accident. It does have a notch there that goes into the... Come on, there we go. Goes into the upper armor piece of the hand. So you have that peg hole, put that in there, put it in the hand, then hand to Gundam. And there you go. And he holds it fine. Yeah, like no problem at all holding that lance. Looks really good in the air with it too, but he can hold it straight up. It's not heavy per se. I think the reason why he holds it so well is because the center of gravity is near this really bulky spot, and then the tip has like no weight, so he doesn't really struggle with it at all. You can get this thing in pretty wild poses, and you can push in the wrist a bit to give it a little more stability. So I really like that. The only problem I have with it is the fact that peg, I mean, it's only going to allow you to orient this one way. So if you don't want these sort of Vulcans or this part of the lance lined up with the arm, you're going to have to just fit the hand around the handle and avoid the peg and then rotate it. You know, it's not a big deal, but he won't hold on to it as securely. But in any case, that's really my only complaint with this guy. I don't really have any problems with him, other than there's an assload of seam lines, and if you don't like the design of the Kimaris, you may not like this kit. I mean, in my case, I ended up liking it. I only got it because I wanted to pose my HG Barbatos fighting the Kimaris on their respective character stands. So, and I just ended up liking the suit design now. It's just what kind of happens when it comes to Gunpla sometimes. But in any case, if you love the Kimaris, this is a pretty good pickup. I like the proportions over the 1:100 scale, but aside from that, they're two very similar kits. So if you just want a bigger Kimaris, go with that. If you prefer these proportions over the larger model, then this is not a bad purchase whatsoever. You're not getting anything bad here. So that wraps up my review for the HG Kimaris. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.